particular layout will be automatically opened up. You can also define where which series should be hanged. Similarly, if you want your priors to be loaded, so you can also define that. Again, this is user definable, and each user can have different settings. So if I am a different user, I can have different settings. Coming back to the work list, as you can see, the work list itself is very indicative, and you can see the many features or many colors on the work list. So basically, when the uh, particular study is marked with prior, so it goes on the top with the red color. We have different levels of priority, and the color code automatically changes based on the priority which is marked. So it can be highest priority, medium level priority, or low priority. So based on the priority, the color changes and their position changes. So once the report is finalized, it goes back to its normal position, and like this. So once the report is finalized, it goes back to normal position. So basically, this when it is on the top, it basically shows that this particular study is to be reported on priority. So what I'll do is basically I'll just explain the icon legends at the bottom, and then like we can move on with the image viewer. And if you want to know a specific feature or function, I'll explain you that explicitly. So starting from my left, so these are two locks. Basically, the user can lock the study when the patient is important or the study is important, and user so it can be locked fully, or it can be locked only for deletion. When it is locked fully, the other user cannot see it unless it is unlocked. Similarly, if it is locked for deletion, other user cannot delete it unless it is unlocked. Then you have inter-messaging options. So when you want to send messages to other user, so you can select the study against the study basically. So you can select the study, you can add your message, and you can select user to whom you want to send messages. So this particular envelope icon will be available on your work list. Then you have three print icons. So whenever the report is printed, so this particular icon will be highlighting against the study, stating that this particular study is the report is printed. Then you have a film printed option. So if the film is printed from the application, PACS application, uh, and then this particular icon will be highlighting. Then you have image print option. So let's say if you print images to the paper, so this particular icon highlights to the work list against the study. Then media written, so you can write CD and DVD with autorun CD viewer, and when you write a CD or DVD, this icon appears on against the study on the work list on the left hand side. If you can import the images, let's say a patient is walking in from another hospital and you want to compare his previous study, which was done in another hospital, with the current study. So you can import those images. The images can be DICOM or non-DICOM as well. And whenever you import images, it shows that this is not from this particular institution or hospital. The studies are being imported for to the PACS. When you have audio captured, so basically this is function for dictation, and it is part of the workflow. If suppose you have a typist in place and you want to make you want to make a workflow wherein the radiologist will look at the images and records his or her audio against the study. The typist will listen to that and type report for the radiologist. So that is part of workflow. So you can adopt that. And whenever the radiologist records his audio against the study, this icon highlights in the work list area, so that the typists know that this particular study is dictated by the radiologist, and they can type report for the study. particular study is interesting, you can save it as interesting, and later on you can find all the studies which are interesting, as you can see here. So all the studies are marked with interesting. Then you have you can mark study with a keyword, and you can later on search with particular keyword. Let's say if I want to mark all the studies with meningioma or any other disease, if I want to add, or body part, I can mark that study or mark that image or mark that report with a particular keyword, and then I can find it is just like a library. So you can pull the data based on the keyword what you have added to the library. Then you can attach the document, PDF document, if suppose patient is carrying soft copy of his previous report, or there is some prescription you want to attach with the study. So you can attach as a document or PDF document to the study, and this particular icon highlights history. Whenever you write or the user writes the history against the study, this particular icon highlights here, and the history can be added from HIS as well. If suppose we have integrated with your HIS, then history automatically comes from your HIS, and this icon again will be highlighting to the patient's work list, study work list. Then you have a critical alert feature. So this is very beautiful feature what we have. So let's say while reading a case or while reading some study, the radiologist finds that this particular study needs to be treated urgently, or this particular patient needs to be treated urgently. So he can mark that study with critical alert finding, and then so there is again tracking of the critical alert. So as a sender, when you mark a study as a critical alert finding, so this particular blue icon highlights in your work list, so that you have marked some study with critical finding. As a receiver gets email or SMS alert stating that this particular study has been marked with critical alert. Uh, and whenever he sees that into his work list, this particular icon pops up or flashes into his work list stating that this is particular study that you need to look at. Next, whenever he looks at the critical alert which is marked by the sender, you will get an acknowledgement that your critical alert finding has been seen by the receiver. So that is complete tracking of the critical alert, and very beautiful feature. Then you have duplicate study. You can do the study as duplicate. Assigning option is there. It is again part of workflow, wherein you want the radiologist to see the cases which are only assigned to them, or so you can adopt this workflow, and you can click on the flag, and you can select the radiologist to whom you want to assign the cases, and click on assign button. Whenever the flag is filled in, so basically it suggests that this particular study is assigned to someone. And let's say if you want to unassign that, you just remove that check mark, and it will be unassigned from that particular user. Next is a turnaround time report target indication. As you can see here, so this is turnaround time. So let's say the hospital wants my CT should be reported in 3 hours, my MRI should be reported in 4 hours, and X-ray should be reported in 2 hours. So what we can do is we can define these rules in your application, and then we will track which user is reporting within time, uh, where is the gap. So, and also to help the radiologist, that basically while reading the cases, radiologist doesn't know which particular study is reaching to the turnaround time. So this particular feature or this particular icon will start bleeping to the study, saying that this study is reaching to the turnaround time. You need to close this first, or you need to finalize this first. So this icon will help radiologist saying that it is reaching to the turnaround time. That is indication for that. And once the study has crossed the a turnaround time, it comes with a cross mark like this. So this particular study turnaround time is already reached or crossed. You can mark studies as a MLC, and you can find all the studies which are marked with MLC medical legal cases. You can change report statuses like final. If suppose you want to do that, if suppose the report is finalized and you want to re-edit that, and if you have that particular permission, so you can change the report status back to new or red, and you can do the re-editing of the report and again refinalize the report. But whenever you have this particular mark against the final, it suggests that the report is final, but the report status was changed. Then you have VIP patient marking. So in case in some hospital, there are some VIP patients, political leaders, and where you don't want to you want to protect their data. You don't want their images and studies to be visible by other users. So you can mark those studies as VIP, and no other user can see their images and reports unless with some special users can be only permitted to view those particular studies which are marked with VIP studies or patient. As I said, like this is different type of emergency marking, report emergency. There is a stat which is high emergency or urgency, you can say. Then second priority is urgent, then ASAP, and then different types of alerts are there, colors are there. Then we have report content search. So let's say if you want to search, let's say you have reported thousands of millions of reports, and you want to search all the cases which were reported with, let's say, COVID positive. So you can just go to here. You can find whatever is your query string, and you can find all the studies with that particular keyword, and as well as you can search with the calendar, you can search with age. Let's say if you want to search with like the patients ranging from 20 to 40, or all the patients with female gender or male gender, you can search with that as well. You can add studies to the research, and you have a study research module here. So you can add the patient name, page. Let me just add one study to the research. So you can add the clinical history, cytology number, follow-up, final treatment, radiology finding, diagnosis, discussion notes. All these things can be added against the study. And later on, you want to find this particular study with any of this, like follow-up or final treatment or cytology number or radiology finding. You can search with any of this field from your research module, study research module. You can create new patient, new study, duplicate study. You can merge two studies together. You can scan images. Like, sorry. You can scan paper. If suppose patient is carrying some paper and you want to scan and attach with the study, you can scan with your normal paper scanner. You can export all these reports to the Excel. You can change or you can edit the tags. Of course, these particular features are based on the user rights, whatever rights are assigned to the user. And so all these particular features can be like assigned to the user. Specific features, you can say. Then you can convert images, like if you want to convert these images or export these images to JPG, DICOM, or any other format, you can select the study and you can convert them to your local drive for your PowerPoint presentation or anything if you want. I'll go to the image viewer now. And this is actually study finding. So you can find study with patient ID, patient name, accession number, particular modality, studies, report status. Also, you can find with like a preset what we have given today, yesterday, last 3 hours, last 4 hours, or last 7 days, 90 days. Or you can also, of course, search from calendar. So let's say I want to find all the studies from 1st of May to current date. I can search that. Any doubt with this? I'll move on with image viewer.
Rahul, you can go with the image viewer.
Okay, basically to double click to view the images, just need to double click. And as I said earlier, based on the hanging protocol user has created, this particular image viewer will be loaded. Then you can select format, or you can say select layout from image viewer or layouts. So basically, these are dynamically drawn layouts. You can select as you want. Let's say I want 1 by 3. I can select it as 1 by 3, and three images can load side by side. As On your left hand side, you have thumbnails. So whatever the thumbnails are there for particular study will be loaded under this. Here we have patient information. So if there is HIS history, or if there is any attachment, or if the patient is having multiple studies, so you can click on here and you can see their previous report and all those things. Let's say if I want to view the report at the single glance, I can see that report as well. uh, and on the top of this you have image viewer layout, sorry, different toolbars. So here you have measurements. You have linear measurement, angular measurement. Then you have text. You can sync images, like if you want to sync images side by side. So if suppose you are viewing at maybe T1 and T2, and you want to move both say simultaneously, or maybe like if it is post contrast and pre contrast, you want to move side by side, you can do that. If you want to rotate the images, you can rotate images by 90-degree, or you can rotate by angle. Then you have other tools, like you can draw line, rectangle, ellipse, freehand, curve. You have spine tags automatically. When as you click on it, automatically labels your spine. Then we have profile text, Cobb's angle, cross product. In tools, we have measure angle, CTR, cardiothoracic ratio, pixel probe. Then you can draw whatever you want, like line or rectangle. You can add text to, like if you want to point out something and name something, give some label, you can do that. Also, text pointer is there. If you want to only have pointer, that is possible. You want to toggle overlays, you can toggle overlays. You can sort images by table position, instance number, acquisition number. Uh, of course, then we have VR. I'll show that with 3D. Sorry, CT. VR and 3D. I'll show with CT modality. We have magnification glass, then invert, like black to white, true size. You can crop images rectangularly, circularly. If you want to flip images vertically or horizontally, you can do that. Can rotate by some angle if you want, or rotate by 90-degree. Then you can split series. You have zoom option. So zoom, again, it depends on how you want. It can be assigned to your profile. So currently it is on my right click, and if I do window level, it is again on my right click. So it is up to your liking and your requirement. We can set as per user specific profiles. Then, as I said earlier, different types of or different presets of the window level can be added in the user profile. So you can load from that as well. You have triangulation point. Then you have, as you can see, as I move on here, so there is one line, orange color line moving on with the correlation or coordinate point. And when I move it, it automatically moves on my other two panes. In others, you have annotation setting, you have DSA as well. You can save images as key images. You can use this as a PowerPoint presentation. Let's say if I want particular images to be exported, so you can export this as a PowerPoint. You can add keyword to the images. You can convert these images to maybe DICOM or JPG or BMP if you want, and you can use this for printing as well. If you want to print these particular images to paper, you can select and print. So going forward to the reporting module. So reporting we have both ways. So some of the radiologists they prefer like while they are reporting X-rays or ultrasound, they want report side by side. So we support that. I'll just show which is not reported. So we support that. You can insert template from here, and you can do normal changes, or you can add the measurements or your findings to the report, and you can save this report. This is one way of reporting. Other way, if you want, or if you prefer to have a reporting window in a single screen, you can just click on this hyperlink where you have this the patient demographic fully configurable. However you want, you can configure the patient demographic here, the table. You can configure the header and footer department wise. Let's say if you have department of cardiology, department of radiology, and each one of them want different headers, so that is possible. Sitting into single hospital, that is possible. You can have your own layouts. You can insert your templates from here. And there are different stages of report. So let's say if the junior radiologist is there and you don't want to allow him to finalize the report, so you can only give him a right to save report as read, that is preliminary copy, and this particular report, sorry, this changes here as read, and then I can save it once if there are no further changes and this is final for me. All measurements and the impression is added, for example. So I can save it as final. And whenever I save it as final, my signature automatically gets inserted into the report, the day and time of the report, and my name, also when it was reported. And this particular copy of report for other users than radiologists turns into PDF, which is non-editable, and they can see image. They can see the report into PDF format. The report itself is completely, you can say, customizable. We have report settings where you can create your own report format, whatever you want. You can just drag and drop here. You can design your layout, and you can design your report page. You can add multiple signatures. Like in some cases, there are two radiologists reporting. So you want both radiologists' signature going into report. So that also can be configured. You can create templates. Then you can create predefined text. So let's say if I want abdomen paragraph to be added against my against two or three words. Let's say if I press ABD and enter, so whatever paragraph is written under that particular shortcut, should be appeared on the report page. You can configure that. So like what we have macros in Microsoft Word, similarly it is supported. We support buyer ad template. Also, structure reporting is also supported. If suppose your modalities are sending us the structure reports, measurements, it can be captured and it can be added to a tabular format. So we can define or we can design the report page as we want. Any queries with this? Report, image viewer, and work list. So basically, I'll move on to the dashboards. So we have basically admin point panel, you can say. So where you can see IT dashboard, management dashboard. In management dashboard, you can have like how many studies are done, how many are reported, how many studies assigned. In last 24 hours, what was the priority wise report study count? How many users were logged in from which particular like intranet, internet, mobile users were logged in. So this is basically management dashboard. And then you have uh, different management reports as well. So you have DICOM logs. So if there is any communication log between particular modality and PACS or PACS2 modality by both way. So it is logged and you can easily find out what was the problem basically if there is any problem. Users logs is there, so each and every action of the user is recorded. So if you when I log in and log out, it is recorded. If I delete some study, if I have right to delete study and I have deleted that study, so that gets recorded. So if you want to see who has deleted the study, or if suppose someone has changed the patient demographic or patient name or patient age or anything, and you want to see who has changed the patient details, so you can either find out with the username or you can find out with the action. Uh, so let's say I'm finding out the study deleted log. I can select from date to date and I can find. So it shows me name of the user, from where, which IP it was deleted, what was the patient name, and when it was deleted. Similarly, you can have multiple logs. If suppose CD is written, if suppose users created, user deleted, history added, whatever you do with the system, it is logged, and you can find all the logs from the system. Then there are alert logs, and you have MIS reports. In MIS report, you have how many studies received, like study received log is there, or study received report is there. So how many studies were received, you can find that. Then you have addendum log, you have alt at. Basically, when we do integration with HIS, so we capture the data. So right from when the patient was registered or ordered from the HIS, when the patient was performed in the modality, and when the patient like was reported, and when the report was printed, the complete timeline is captured, and you can find out where was the actual lag to get this particular patient completed or reported, or if the report was handed over or not. All those can be found in the alt tab. You have critical finding log, you have media written log, you can find out how many CVs written, which user. And you have peer review log. Peer review is one of the USP feature what we have. So let's say you have two radiologists, or sorry, five radiologists. So one radiologist can rate other radiologist reporting. B radiologist can rate A radiologist reporting, and let's say if the D radiologist is HOD, they can verify the review done by radiologist A and review done by radiologist B is biased or non-biased, or as per the requirement. Then you have radiologist turnaround time. You can find out here. I'll just So which radiologist is reporting within turnaround time? So whatever turnaround time we have selected. So what is the average turnaround time for that particular radiologist across like all the modalities? You can dig down to the data as you require. Then studies assigned, studies received, studies reported, user access, everything, and all this kind of report you can export to Excel. So let's say you want it to be presented to the management. You can access this information and filter this information, and you can export to Excel and send via email if it is required, or PDF if it is required. I'll go back to the main module, that is admin. So this is where the application is controlled. So basically, you have it is with the hospital admin, radiology admin or hospital admin. This particular login where you can set the different rules. You can set the password complexity. You can define the hospital master, unit master, department master. Radiology group can be created. Then modality master, like whatever modalities are not there, you don't want to be displayed in the work list. You can just remove them and save that. So only selected modalities will be available in your work list. Study assign rule. So we have automatic study assign rule. So let's say if there is a radiologist who only works between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So whatever the studies are receiving between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. will be automatically assigned to this particular radiologist. So this is just one kind of rule. So there can be different rules based on modality, based on study. So CTs will be assigned to X radiologist, MRI will be assigned to Y radiologist. All these kind of rules can be defined in the study assign rule. Active Directory, we can integrate with third party like Singovia or GE. If you have that already in place and you want that to be integrated with our packs, we can do that. Then you have kill user session, then you have TAT setting, as I said earlier. So here you can define what should be your CT turnaround time, MRI turnaround time. So configure VIP patient, critical alert finding, report setting. So whatever you want to configure with the report setting, you can configure with this and icon. Okay, so any questions? I tried to cover many parts, so it is very likely that I might have missed a few things. If you want to see a specific which I have not shown, or you want me to show you explicitly some any particular function, please ask. Clinical side in the sense.
The image viewer.
Yeah. So look, okay. So I'll show you for each modality. So maybe I'll just pull from X-ray first. So this is image viewer for X-ray. And as I said earlier, there are tools on the top of the work list. So on the top of the image viewer, and let's say some particular feature you are not using frequently, and you want to drop that, and you want to add another tool. So you can just remove this, and from tools, whatever features you want to add, so you can add it from here. For example, like this. So let's say you use this more, so you can have it in your profile. So again, this is with your profile, it will not affect the other user. So this is for X-ray. Uh, I'll just open CT.
Listen now.
Yes.
For X-ray stuff, can we make some comparison between two images?
I cannot hear you very clearly. Could you please
Comparison,
repeat?
comparison, comparison.
Okay, so comparison of the same patient is very natural. So as you can see here, so this particular patient is having different color. So on the worklets itself, it basically suggests that this particular patient is having multiple studies, or this particular patient is having multiple studies. So unknowingly, if I double click on this, so this is just for showing you or displaying you one patient, multiple studies. So here you can have the earlier studies, as well as we have layout here. So let's say I want a 1 by 2 layout. On my first screen, there will be the study which was done in 15, sorry, the study date is, so okay, 21 August 2015. And this is also to the 21 August 2015. So I can select here a different, and so this can be compared side by side. So one patient, multiple studies. That was one part. Another part, let's say there are patients you want to compare them side by side. For example, these two patients, I want to compare them in a single screen. Maybe they are from seven same, you can say, uh, body type or exam type. So I want to compare them side by side. I can compare up to 5 studies there. So I can select 5 studies. And here you will have a different patient. And on, let's say, if I click here, I can have a different patient here. So this is comparing two different patients in a single screen. So you can compare up to 5 studies. So you just need to select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the work list, right click and compare.
So
Did I
Rahul,
answer?
one more
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is the difference in capability of radiologist workstation and a viewing workstation? What is the difference of capability or the
So
tools that is?
basically, okay. So I'll just go to the admin tool, then I'll create user. So basically we have different types of profile here. And based on this profile, we have presets of rules. So let's say if I select radiologist here, and in tools customization, so here, so whether I want to allow this user to see original report, if I want to show him PDF report, so that is one. Another, these are non-admin rights. So this we can alter. So let's say even this is radiologist and I want to give him another right. So I can give him, because whatever rights I are coming based on the profile I selected. So let's say I'll go back and I'll select this as a transcriptionist, for example. There is a preset what we have. So here, this particular user can only transcribe and write report. On top of that, let's say your hospital feels that you want to add some rights to this particular user. So you can anyway go on and add rights or remove rights, whatever are into profile. Again, on top of that, you can have let's say you don't want to allow user to print report, or there is a certain user who will only print CT scan report, another user who will print only X-ray report. So those kind of customizations or those kind of rights can be assigned to the user. So clinician basically will have only right to view images and view reports, and radiologists can have different rights. So he can have right to save reports. He can have right to finalize report. He can have right to change the patient demographic. So it is basically how we create the profile, how we configure the profile.
Mhm. So there are two types of. I mean, you have radiologist workstation and zero footprint viewing station, right?
No, no. Currently with version 7, so we are completely zero footprint. As I said earlier,
Okay.
we don't require for like only viewing and reporting, we don't require any kind of software to be installed or configured as well.
Mhm.
Yes,
So
I
it is
will
just
answer
basic.
that. So there are the two zero footprint viewers. So like one is only mobile compatible, which is very with the limited functions, and other is like the full page, which just Rahul has demonstrated. Zero footprint viewer means there is no need to install any software or anything on that particular PC.
But Mr. Sanjay, for example, the thing we were discussing about the radiologist workstation, it has added features, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, it has
maybe it can
added the
send out for
features like
printing.
yes, like the reporting feature is there, report finalization feature is there. There are the few additional tools also. So all those
Mhm.
features are with the radiologist workstation.
Okay, got it.
And our zero footprint viewer is USFDA approved.
Rasa, any questions? Azim?
Any questions, please? I'll be happy to answer.
Print command also can be sent from the workstation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
There are some additional features also, like the link sharing. If hospital want to share the patient data with this thing with the patient, like they can do it by SMS or by email or even on the WhatsApp. WhatsApp we don't recommend because it's on the social media platform and as per the HIPAA, it goes against the HIPAA. So is there actually, but we don't recommend. So if you want to share the data with the patient on their email address, SMS or WhatsApp, that also possible. That we call as a link sharing option.
So again, there are rules for sharing links. So let's say the hospital wants, whenever the report is finalized, the hospital wants the email should be sent or SMS should be sent to the patient automatically once the report is finalized, along with the image viewer link and report copy of report. That also can be configured in the rules. So whenever the report is finalized, automatically the action is triggered and the email and SMS or WhatsApp is triggered and it is shared with the patient so they can view images on their smartphone. They can view reports on their smartphone.